it's TCG here, and welcome back to another TCG battle video on my channel. Today we're going to be checking out Budew Froslass without any Marnie's Grimstone or that in there. It's just going to be Budew Froslass and then a late game Bloodmoon. So our main objective is going with Froslass and the Freezing Shroud to put damage counters on everything that has an ability between turns. We have access with the Budew with Item Lock that allows us to Itchy Pollen and Item Lock the opponent. We have of course Shaman to protect our bench, and also Munkidori is going to transfer all the damage we're pushing onto ourselves all the way back to the opponent. There's Maractus in there as well, helps with damage counters if it gets knocked out, and you're also going to be able to corner the opponent. Sometimes they can be trapped forever. We have stuff like Unfair Stamp, pushing the opponent to a low hand size, while we of course can continue on the item lock. High amount of Iono in there as well, high amount of counter catcher, and the technical machine devolution is going to be key, allowing us to of course devolve the opponent's entire field. Think about decks like Charizard, decks like for example the Dreepies, eventually evolving into a Dragapult, also coming back with a ability and ability Wild Freezing Shroud is going to mean those all get damage counter. Combine that with Munkidori and TM Devo is just one technical machine away for winning the game. Also very good up against stuff like Goldango. So hopefully you guys are in the mood. The most expensive card is going to be the Bloodmoon in the 60. Very great as a late game sweeper with the Bloodmoon attack. So we're going to be trying the 60 out. It got first place in the Pumpkin Weekly and actually was piloted by a fellow Belgian player, Steve VDB. While the game is loading, go check out the sponsors. They make the content possible on the channel. Here we have DragonShield.com for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. 5% off on the entire website using the coupon ZAPDOS5. There's PotownStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs. You can get them with instant email delivery, 5% off right there. And CardMarket.com for European players where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. Use that referral name ZAPDOSTCG to help support the channel. Okay, we've entered the game. I think I'll be going second. That means I can instantly initiate the item lock. I can go first as well, already getting energy onto Munkidori. But item locking the opponent from turn 1 feels very strong. You can also utilize the Maractus here. The Maractus can be very helpful. Our hand is very bad, by the way. Have no supporter in hand. We have one Snorn that can help a little bit. Air Balloon can get Maractus out of the harm's way if we want to go with that. No technical machine evolution in here, so this will be quite difficult indeed. Even if we they can put something in the active position. If we go for the corner, they already have one energy. They can manually retreat if they want to. They can item block us if they want to. We're up against Dragapult EX. We have a low amount of hit points. Bloodmoon is actually kind of cool. Oh, it's Charizard as well. Interesting. That is definitely interesting. They have one Dreepy, 2 Dreepy, and a Charmander. Okay, how will this go? They actually get rid of an Arven. Cool. Dracloak already in hand. Maybe they think we're playing... They see Budew on the sleeve, so maybe they're afraid. Maybe, maybe not. Equipment here. Darkness energies. The Prism energies are actually kind of interesting. That does allow you to sometimes attack with other options. But they can have Enhanced Hammer. Maybe they don't. I think I'll just go with the classical corner attack. Let's go. They will be able to retreat regardless because they will be evolving this guy. I will need to gust up a Pokemon that is not helping out a ton. They have Charmeleon, they have Dracloak. We are still in a very bad position. They have Arven, by the way. Arven can get maybe more buddies. Let's go. Dracloak. Probably would have not gone for Arven here. The Buddy Poffin is cool and all, but we will be utilizing Froslass. We have Technical Machine Devolution, which is going to be the main key. We're going to be winning this match. For winning this at all, they're going to item lock us as well, making it very difficult. But on the other hand, we're going to be able to trap a Budew, which is great with corner. One energy to the Dreepy as well, and we get item locked. Sure, we don't mind. Come on, what do we have? It is an Iono. I don't want Iono here, but I guess I'm gonna have to Iono here. Let's go for the Iono right away. Let's go. I'm gonna have to trap all of these guys. It's gonna be great. Slapping down Munkidori. Utilizing. We cannot use Nesball. We cannot use Earthen Vessel. That's kind of annoying indeed. It's just gonna have to be corner. Let's go. Everything will get damaged between turns. I'm gonna have to use another Iono here. The Budew is still stuck. I can knock it out with Munkidori. At one point, having access to like multiple Maractus will be great, depending on which Pokemon they're evolving. TM Evo. And an Iono as well. This Iono will help us to get at least energies onto Munkidoris. That's what we want. And maybe establishing... Yeah, they have a Bravery Charm as well. Bravery Charm Budew also seems pretty good. Yeah, at one point we will get knocked out. They can still, like, counter-catch these guys. They will be ahead in the prize trade, by the way. Transferring damage from Maractus to... The Dracloak will also get damage if they don't find Dragapult EX in time. They've already burned an Ultra Ball. Should we go for a Professor's Research here? Everything has energies these days. Itchy Pollen. Sure. More stuff appearing. Yeah, definitely going to be going for an energy on the Munkidori. I don't want to be behind in prizes, by the way. This 60 is also playing Iron Bundle. If I can find like maybe Artisan, that would be perfect. I'll be putting a Bravery Charm. Kind of tricky. Where maybe this, just in case. And I'll go for Lily's Determination. Don't want to like discard these resources. Air Balloon. Interesting. We're gonna be going for Adrena Brain. I want to be behind in prizes, so this Budew can remain wherever it is. Charmeleon will also be quite interesting to TM Devo. Doesn't have an ability, but as soon as there's a Charizard, it will have ability. Oh, these guys are all kind of interesting. Yeah, what do we do? Do we like KO this Budew? I don't want to KO this Budew. I want to be behind in prizes so I can utilize Counter Catcher. I can still promote Shaman, try to like sacrifice the Shaman instead, but assuming they will have Balsasaurus, they might not have Balsasaurus, which would be good for us. I will... If they attack Maractus, it's not too bad, right? Maybe we just end the turn here. Yeah. We just end the turn. Don't activate Counter Catcher here. Still a lot of damage counters around. We just have to focus on the TM Devo play. That is our main objective. I know they can have like Dragapult going with like Phantom Dive. I want to evolve it to a second Froslass. That would be very, very useful. I could have item locked if I found the correct card. Lily's Determination on top of double Dracloak. They most likely find Dragapult EX here. But the Dragapult will get 6 damage counters because of Maractus. Counter Catcher is no longer as not live, so that's good. We have all the time in the world. Bloodmoon can finish off with like a late game Charizard as well. We have to play the slow game. Don't KO when you're playing the slow game. At this point, we can counter. Everything has energies, by the way. There is a world where we counter Catcher Charmeleon and then go a lot of Dracloak, so the Iono will not make a difference here. I will have Air Balloon, Nazball. Maybe we should trap. Maybe they also have access to... Oh, they have Chiyu as well. Hopefully no Munkidori comes into play. That would be annoying. Dragapult EX. Okay, now we are there. Can they evolve all of them, though? These have a lot of abilities. I'm going to try and TM Devo all of these. So this guy will get 6 damage. Oh, they're keeping on the item lock. Okay. That's okay. Sure. Why not? Why not? Have an Air Balloon. More Lily's Determination. We're still in an item lock, by the way. I'll put Air Balloon here. I could also put Air Balloon here and then item lock them. But that, what good is that gonna do us? I'll be putting Air Balloon here. Sure. Currently I still want to be behind in prizes, so... another Lily's Determination. More cards. Munkidori. Let's go. Munkidori number 2. I will focus on Adrenabrain. I'll be putting the damage right there. The Charizard is less scary at the moment. More Munkidoris. I don't have energy switch, so I'm not gonna slap down another Maractus here. Yeah, let's just pass the turn again. I don't want to take KOs. I want to utilize Unfair Stamp Counter Catcher trapping capabilities. I know they have like the Dracloaks. I don't. If they evolve all of them, Unfair Stamp will be more powerful. Maractus still in the active position, meaning they need to use Boss's Orders, which they can. They can actually knock out 2 of the threats here. But they're not going for it. They're going for Lily's Determination. So we are not going for Counter Catch activation. Now we're still item locked, so they can play the long game, I suppose, but the more Munkidoris are establishing themselves, the better it is for us. Oh, they have an Adrenabrain of their own. Okay, now that is going to become our main objective. I don't know if they have the Luminous Energy quite yet. Yes, they do have it. Not good indeed. And Charizard joins the party as well. Are they gonna utilize... I can actually use Maractus to trap Munkidori. I know they can attack with it at one point. Yeah, we're gonna have to counter catch her Munkidori, trap it around with corner, and go from there. They're not item locking any longer. They will attack with Dragapult, getting a lot of damage on their field. TM Devo is still around, which can do a lot of muckus. Yeah, there's gonna be one Munkidori removed from play, and that's the one with the energy. So we will be with... There's gonna be 6 damage counters on the attacking Dragapult. Oh. Yeah, this one will get knocked out because of Froslass. Perfectly done by the opponent. Exploding needles in their face. Boom. Okay, it's time to counter catcher Munkidori. Counter catcher Munkidori. Yeah, I know this guy's knocked out. It's fine. Sure. Unfair Stamp will be very, very powerful. I can already Iono, but I want to like counter catcher the Munkidori here. TM Devo, very strong play. So Munkidori here. I'll be stretchering up an energy. On the other hand, we need Maractus. We need Maractus. Maractus is going to be key in this entire operation. We have access to Pokegear. There's one of them in there that does allow us to maybe find Arven, and Arven is a counter catcher. Maybe it's better for us to just simply go for an Unfair Stamp first, and then go for a supporter of choice. Yeah, perfect. A second copy of Froslass emerges, and I can simply put Froslass over here. Then energy over here. We will retreat into Maractus. Utilize Arven to find counter catcher. And yeah, probably should have gone with the counter gain here in hindsight. Sure. Counter gain probably was better. Probably was better. We will counter catcher Munkidori. And then we will focus on this guy. Will slap 60, double Froslass, still kind of scary. Pokegear, if they're getting out of the active position, they will no longer go for Budew, 100% not. So let's just focus on corner. And now they will have access to like Munkidori if they find an energy, but there's so many energies already on their field. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fire energies. I know they have access to Munkidori. Okay, Ultra Ball. What's it gonna be? Another Dragapult EX? Yeah, perfect. TM Devo is drawing near. Now we need to focus. This was definitely better with a counter gain than the energy on the Munkidori, so we can like pressurize this more. We haven't taken a single prize card, but that's fine. Yeah, they can only evolve one of these Dracloaks, by the way. Will they find an energy, though? Have played down a lot of supporters, and there is another supporter coming. There is an Iono. Gives us 6 fresh cards, though. TM Devo is here. Artisan is there as well. Energy. There's a Brain. Probably going on the Munkidori right there. That's perfect. And there's the Freezing Shroud, damaging literally everything. We even get a prize card here because the Dracloak is knocked out. That's our first prize card, by the way. We're playing the slow game. Let's go, TM Devo. We can do it twice if we want to. Oh, this one almost is getting knocked out here, by the way. Town Store gets a counter gain. I'm gonna have to put I'll put an energy on this guy. Where do we focus? We can knock out Charizard and knock out Dragapult. Then they need a lot. They don't have a lot of draw power either. Munkidori. Let us transfer 30 from this guy over here. Yeah. Then focus on... don't want to knock these guys out, but if I go for TM Devo, they still need to manually retreat this guy. I can also corner and then it gets knocked out, which is also not too bad because my TM Devo strategy is the thing we want in the first place. Yeah, but then they could have like a lot of cards, right? Ugh. Artisan is not going to be mattering too much. I think Town Store is also not bad. Artisan. If I Hyper Blower, what are they going to give us? Not what we need, right? Let's just focus on doing nothing with that. I can still Iono, but I'm going to have to wait. If I counter, then I get rid of the Munkidori. I can TM Devo these guys later, right? Sure. Corner. I'll just corner. I can go for TM Devo later. Because now we're going to be equal in price rates, and otherwise they could have gone for Counter Catcher, which I don't want to see. We have a Counter Catcher of our own. There's the Dragapult. One Munkidori will not survive here. I still have a Bravery Charm, so we will probably need that. Otherwise, our Munkidori on the back will also get knocked out. Budew, easy target. Dragapult. And Lily's Determination. They might have Stretcher. Well, one Stretcher gone. Munkidori gone. Super Rod. Super Rod Artisan can re-establish a Munkidori here. And then we can trap the Munkidori once again with Counter Catcher. So, lots of stuff. There's also Bloodmoon action after I TM Devo. But I probably... There's Hawlucha as well. Hawlucha could mean the Munkidori is knocked out, but Hawlucha could also get trapped. Intriguing. The Munkidori returns. Sure. I don't know if they're playing Turo. Phazantipity can also get trapped. Okay, we didn't knock anything out, so Faz will not activate because they were... I can trap... I will trap Phazantipity there. Trapping Faz. Yowza, all my Munkidori. That's a 3-prize turn, by the way. Exploding Needles as well. How about Iono 2-1? Yeah, this is not... Oh yeah, the Bravery Charm was on the Froslass there. Okay, sure. Freezing Shroud, that's scary. Bloodmoon can attack for free at the moment. Still have so many answers right here. Yeah, time for Artisan. Getting ourselves Maractus. Then Town Store. Getting ourselves Counter Gain. Counter Gain here. Munkidori here. Earthen Vessel. TMDs are very important, so sure. But I only need one. Gonna get Darkness Energy, only one. Energy on the Munkidori. And I will counter Catcher up. Yeah, the Pheasantipity. We need 4 prizes, right? Okay, now we're gonna go for an Iono to 1 card. This is still not over quite yet. Super Rod activation stuff in there somewhere as well. Froslass 30 there. And then next turn we finish by going for TM Devo. Retreat into Maractus. Going for the corner. And now they have 1 card. They have played so many supporters already. So many energies in play as well. Super Rod gone. Stretcher gone. They need like specifically Turo to win the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energies. 2 energies in the discard pile. That's a lot of energies. Okay, Town Store reshuffle. Could be a thing. But just know... Oh, they have Boss's Orders. That's annoying, to say the least. Okay, more damage across the field. Freezing Shroud's Party. Okay, now it's time for the Town Store to get the Technical Machine Devolution in the house. Don't know if they have any other answer here. Double Froslass is kind of annoying, I am not gonna lie. I'm gonna attach to the Froslass. I will utilize Adrenabrain. They can still use Adrenabrain from their self as well. So maybe it is better for us to relax just a tiny little bit further. This here. We retreat into... It's a lot of stuff, right? I can TM Devo already, but I'm afraid that they can draw cards with Fez. Drawing cards with Fez. Is that gonna be a difference? If they have 1 energy, I will maybe have to wait until the Munkidori is gone. Dang. That is very, very intriguing. Also, Item Lock is good. Guess we'll have to take the risk, right? 2, 1 Luminous. Yeah, but with Luminous, they win. With Luminous, they win. Two Froslass right there. It's 8. If they have a Luminous, that's gonna be 20 into me, 20 into S80. Then this guy's knocked out. I cannot not take that risk. Cannot take that risk at all. Super Rod can get back a lot of energies. Taking these back. TM Devo, it is right there, but I have to wait. It's gonna have to be Lily's Determination. And we have to wait a couple of turns, right? Yeah. Just gonna corner my way out of this situation. Everything will get damaged. As soon as Munkidori is removed from the field, I can go with my original plan. All of these get damaged in the meanwhile as well. Yeah, if I would have gone with that, the Munkidori would have been knocked out, so that's bad. The Munkidori almost is knocked out. Everything gets tons of damage, so... I have to put an energy here. Okay, this one get knocked out, this one get knocked out. It's a lot of crazy stuff, but I also need to retreat at one point. Adrenabrain. This one will get knocked out. Could also focus on this to take more prizes. Yeah, they just conceived. I would have kept on with this situation. I have to play it perfectly here because there is a lot of things that could have gone wrong. I think the double Froslass was a little bit scary because my own Pokemon would have gotten knocked out, but they clearly didn't have an out by getting trapped by Maractus. So maybe getting out double Munkidori was better. Spread the damage on Charizard and stuff. Take prize cards like that. And the fella, the Fezandipity would have also got knocked out in between of the Froslass. So Froslass would have knocked out Fezandipity, Charizard, and then just a simple Adrenabrain on a Budew would have been key. Didn't even need the Technical Machine Devolution. Very intriguing deck. Piloted by Steve VDB from Belgium. 7-0 undefeated in the Pump Cup Weekly. Dragapult Charizard, destroyed. I know we have to play the slow game, so sometimes you don't always have to play your cards. Even though they're lighting up on TCG Live, you don't always have to play them. Yo, leading out with a Shaman. We do have Downstorm, Bravery Charm, TM Devo. Okay, more Dragapult. This time around with an army of Dusknoirs. Okay, trapping with Maractus. Getting our... Yeah, this is a very bad Pokemon to start with. Iron Bundle. Yeah, that doesn't matter. We have Latias. They have Latias. I don't have E-Switch. But I want to item lock, however. Although with Townstar, I can find an air balloon. I don't think they have like TM Devos and stuff, so I will simply go for Townstar. Get myself that air balloon. There's Bravery Charm for later. Air balloon here. And they start with Latias, might I add. That indicates that we can trap them with Maractus, which is insane. We just have a Shaman with an air balloon. If they have Jamming Tower, that would be very bad. An Iono. Unfair Stamp gone. But still okay. They don't know what they're up against quite yet. I don't think they could retreat into item locking. They could. That's exactly what they're gonna go for. That means we can potentially trap them with Maractus. But I have to wait. I have to leave it as a surprise element. A Jamming Tower as well. Thank you. Ichibon, let's go. I'm afraid of Duskull. But they didn't find any Dracloak, so that's good. Snorant. Artisan. I can item lock them as well if I want to. But the only thing that we need to do is make sure we get an army of these monkeys. Monkeys are great. Bravery Charm here as well. And go for the Iono. Let's go. Alright. We're still item locked. We can item lock them. How about that? That's a lot of low HP Pokemon, but the only thing we will need... We're just gonna retreat into Budew. But I don't want to I want to get knocked out myself. If it makes any sense. I want to get knocked out. More monkeys. I'm probably gonna get more item lock. I have 5 cards in hand. I can leave the Shaman as it is. I want to just wait. I don't have the Adrenabrain here quite yet. I will have to wait. I can Adrenabrain later. Intriguing, right? Dusknoir is a scary. The only thing I need to do is like go with Maractus and trap Latias. Munkidori, well, that is very annoying if they're able to establish that. And an Iono, yeah, I specifically kept 5 cards in hand, so they're like forced. Iono is not a bad play. Well, here I go, Iono. Let's go, Maractus is here. That's awesome, and a Froslass as well. very, very great news. I'm gonna keep on the item lock, maybe push the damage from the Shaman onto the Duskull. They're still item lock, right? They're not gonna be finding their Dusclopses quite easily. Okay, Froslass, Artisan, Munkidori. Sure. More monkeys. I can technically knock out this Budew already. Maybe I should slap down. Maractus is the surprise element, right? Sure. But everything will get damaged that way. I'm not gonna slap down Maractus quite yet. I'm just gonna go leave it as a surprise. They probably don't know what we're gonna be having in store for them. TM Devo, Iron Bundle. Adrena Brain. These all will get damaged, that's good. Adrena Brain again. Yeah, I wish I would have slapped down the Maractus at this point, but it's still fine. Play the slow game, that's what it is with this deck. Could have slapped it down, but it was too much for Freezing Shroud that way. Completely item locked, they can retreat, attack with the Phantom Dive, but then we Artisan for Maractus and use Arven for counter gain and counter catcher, and we trap Latias until everything is knocked out by Froslass shenanigans. Still afraid of Dusclops, I'm not gonna lie. Will they find Dragapult EX without Ultra Ball? Probably only play 2. If one of them is prized, you don't know. Also, them having a Munkidori, there's Dusclops. They can blow it up if they want to. They probably need to, otherwise they're gonna get knocked out by residual damage of the Freezing Shroud. Energy on Draclo. Do they have Dragapult EX as well to back it all up? Would be insane. No, it's Curse Blast. Who's gonna get knocked out here? It's gonna be Budew. Cool. Equal in price rate currently. As you see, the Maractus is already showing its face. Pushing the Air Balloon Shaman to the active position. Another Draclo. Did they find that from the prizes? Insane. That's another Pokemon with an ability though. Don't want to knock out this Budew either. Maybe like Iron Bundle and then item locking is a good idea. Another Duskull appears. With 3 Munkidori, I can knock out more item locking. Bull. That's 40 damage. There's the Professor's Research, however. We are still item locked. Ugh. I wonder. 2020. Technically, that is not a bad play. Where we... I'm gonna check real quick. It is not a bad play, necessarily. They still have new upper energy, so it would technically be a bad play. Super Rods are there. Super Rods are there. So maybe we just get ourselves a monkey. I try to push. I find an energy here. Push all of these to the wayside. Try to find an energy. Is that an idea? Let's try it out. Then go for TM Devo play. Interesting. Yeah. Maractus. Shut it down. That's too much. I have research, super rod, all that stuff. I'm just gonna go research. Don't try this at home. I needed the energy. And I was rewarded with the energy. Well, at least the good news here is Adrena Brain time. Triple Adrena Brain. That means I can knock this guy out, right? 30, 20, 20. It's going down. It's going down. Now, Adrena Brain again. Okay. Then the last Adrenabrain. Yeah. Then Bravery Charm on this guy. And we pass the turn. Let's go. We've already gotten rid of that. 4 prize cards. I know I still have Bloodmoon for the late game, but I wanted to like be behind in prizes. But yeah, all of my monkeys are collecting a lot of damage. They have Bravery Charms as well. Now they need to find Neo Upper Energy with 1 Dracloak. Good luck with that. If they don't have Hilda, we're good. Another Dreepy. If they blow up another Dusknoir, we're also a little bit closer to winning the game. Yeah, these Munkidoris will be super useful. There's Ultra Ball. Do they have another Dusknoir? Sure. It will get damage if it doesn't explode. Yeah, we're actually ahead in the prize trade while there is a Budew with 10 HP remaining. Believe it or not. I wanted to trap with Maractus, but I think an Army of Munkidori is better. They're focusing Froslass here. Still not knocked out quite yet. Air Balloon, they can still Iono us, I suppose. Iono to 3. And then retake the game from there on out. Yeah, but at this point... Still 20, 40 damage that we can transfer. I don't know with damaging Froslass here what the purpose is. Trying to figure that out myself. A Recon Directive. Yeah, the hand is not too great. I probably will Iono regardless. So if they Iono us, still good. Probably looking for Hilda. Neo Upper Energy. Counter Catcher. The Froslass. They could trap that. Together with an Iono, that would be not bad. Three prize cards to go. Yeah, this deck is better than people give it credit for. Definitely. And there's an energy on the Munkidori. So now the Munkidori war will begin. They can technically knock out the Froslass with Munkidori and Ichipollen. They can do that. And then we're gonna go for the it's not gonna get knocked out. Yeah, it's gonna get knocked out by damage, meaning Unfair Stamp is live. Let's go. Yeah, it's perfectly mapped out. I wonder where the damage will come from. Probably from the Munkidori itself. Yeah, that still means we have 20, 40, at most 50 damage to work with, which is not enough. It is enough to technically TM Devo the Dracloak. Another Dusknoir appears. Ichipollen, let's go. I probably will Ichipollen here as well, if I'm being honest. Okay, what else? There's a lot of options here. I cannot Unfair Stamp because I'm Ichipollen, so that's annoying. Ichipollen this, then transferring over 40. Still, I can knock out Dusknoir if I want to. There's Maractus. There is Snorant. What do I do? Probably a Snorant, right? Trying to collect some more damage, but this also is a low HP Pokemon. Having Maractus in play is actually not too bad. Yeah. At one point they will have to attack. At one point they will have to attack. So let's focus on Adrenabrain. That's 40 damage that we can transfer. Sure, where do we put the 40? Huh. Probably on this guy, right? Trying to brain some more. Sure. At one point it will be difficult to be behind in prizes, I'm assuming, but I still have Bloodmoon, so that's why I'm going with this approach. Nuzball. If I get knocked out, an unfair stamp is coming. They still need new upper energy as well. Okay. 2 prize cards to go. We have Bloodmoon Countercatcher. If we now don't need to take any more prizes unless we go for a low HP knockout on Dusknoir, which we can technically do if I just activate double Adrenabrain. They did burn 1 Countercatcher already and triple Iono, so I don't think they're gonna alter this hand, which is great. What could be a crazy play is that they have Candy, Dusknoir, Adrenabrain, Phantom Dive, new upper energy. That would be the most insane term I've ever seen. It is still possible. This 60, might I add, is actually playing from behind, is not playing any bosses orders. So we need to play it slow, need to chillax. There's the Draclog already. Actually, the Dragapult already. And counter-catchering who? The Munkidori with 160, and they're trying to find new up energy from an Iono. This is the last Iono, by the way. What are the odds? What are the odds? We do have counter-catcher. Can play a little bit from behind. We have Artisan to reshuffle. There's 3 Iono on the bottom of the deck. 4 Iono down. What are the chances, man? Iono every turn. Ultra Ball. Dusclops are gone. 4 Buddy Puff. Like, very strange situation. Artisan is still around. Dusknoir. Oof. What happens here? No candy. Phasandipity. Okay, another Pokemon that can potentially get trapped. Do they find what they need? Where is the Neo upper energy? I now have Countercatcher and Earthen Vessel. My hand will never be altered once again. 16 cards left in deck. There is the Neo upper energy from all of that shenanigans. Insane. Technically, they have to like take enough prizes here. Boom. Yeah, I can still 60 TM Devo. It's probably the play, right? They can push all the damage on one Shaman. So I cannot transfer that damage back, right? Yeah. Perfectly done. And now we are 1 Dusclops away from losing. 1 Dusclops away from losing. Yeah, and all my Ionos are on the bottom of the deck. Might I add. Iono, perfect. Okay. Sure, we can Artisan. Do we need anything else? Low HP Pokemon? Forget it. We can still reshuffle. Yeah. Time for Iono to shine. Because I need TM Devo at one point. Stretcher. Stretcher finds Bloodmoon. Ugh. Over here. And yeah, there's nothing else I can do. I'm completely out of resources. I do have double Munkidori, but that's it. I know they have access to Adrenabrain and Phantom Dive, but that's not enough to get them there. They need Dusclops. Actually, yeah, they need Stretcher. Ah, it's a crazy game. So close. Yeah, they have the Stretcher. That's game. That's Dusclops there. KO, KO. Yeah. No longer need to drag this on any further. Ah, what a crazy game. So close. Yeah, I was never, if I'm so far ahead in the prize, I can no longer Countercatcher and trap Latias. So maybe that was my mistake, but some of these lists are playing Turo, so you have to be careful with that as well. Huh. Maybe I was too aggressive. Maybe I should have like just passed a specific point. So I am definitely behind in prizes at 1 point. So I can use counter gain. Can use counter catcher. Yeah, this deck wants to play from behind. If that is not clear enough already, it should be right now. It's not playing any single copy of Bulbasaur's. Maybe one copy could be nice. But they played it out perfectly where they put all the damage on the Seamus, so no more damage was around. The perfect play with Adrenabrain and Itchy Pollen was also fantastic. Knocking out the Froslass there together with Curse Blast, that was perfectly timed stuff right there. Will not happen every single time. And also they found the new upper energy at the correct time. If I was able to like TM Devo at a specific point, would also be great. Yeah, I had like all my supporters on the bottom of the deck, unfortunately. After their 4th Iono went down. Yeah, we're leading up with Budew and a very fantastic hand definitely going first. So I have all the options available to me. Looks like we're gonna be up against a Mega Lucario. Sure, Mega Lucario, they can instantly knock this guy out if they want to. Probably gonna have to go for Buddy Buddy Poffin, Snorunt. I can keep on the item lock, but trapping is also not too shabby. 2 Froslass. Let's go. Followed up by Nazball. Munkidori already. Energy here. They can knock it out with the accelerating stab. So I will actually safely retreat into Maractus territory and end the turn. The reason why we're doing that, if it ever gets attacked, they get... Actually, if it's knocked out, they get 6 damage, kind of not currently. Accelerating stab is not going to be doing anything against this guy. It would have been knocked out, so that's bad. TM Devo strategy will definitely be necessary. I also set up 2 Froslass and an Army of Munkidori. That is the main focus of this archetype. Lily's Determination, that's all they do. Riolu, note. Mega Lucario is a 3-prize Pokemon, but I can never get to that damage. They're playing Munkidori? That's not good. I know I have Air Balloon in my deck, so I can simply retreat into Budew and then do it. Then fall behind. But I didn't want to like fall behind from turn 1. But with Munkidori around, I can simply trap that with Corner. Energy going onto Munkidori. Just a pass, probably. EXP share. Okay. An intriguing Mega Lucario deck. We have an energy. Technically, I can attack. Trap it in the active position. Sure. Currently, having an additional Munkidori here is not going to help. I will will go Iono time. They can evolve it if they want to. Need some Froslass. Air Balloon, okay. Froslass. Munkidori. Air Balloon. Time for some item locking. Retreat. Let's go! Keep it on with the item lock. I know they can use the accelerating stab for 30 damage to knock us out. But by that point, I will have established double Munkidori. Which is gonna be They're having so many Munkidoris of their own as well. Energy there. Attack. Lily's Determination. They're not able to use Fighting Gong, Nazball, Buddy Buddy Poffin if they have that. Solrock enters the building though. Lunatone is also a Pokemon we can trap. Let's go. We're gonna counter catcher. Probably this guy. Yeah, we're knocked out. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted to see. Can still counter catcher this guy. These will all get damage at one point. Item locking, still good, but I will focus on counter catchering this guy. And then going for some Lily's Determination. Okay, more energies. This one can technically attack at one point, so I will give it a Prism Energy right there. Adrenabrain. Brain again. Yeah, next turn we have more Munkidoris. It's time for corner. Cornering Munkidoris, that's what we do. So it's a little bit of slow pacing game. That's the main reason why Maractus is in there. They can technically transfer over 60 damage. Yeah, with their Brains. Then I will focus on sapping up another Munkidori, utilizing Arven for a counter catcher, and then continue on with my rampage. If I can get rid of their Munkidoris, it's gonna be awesome. At one point we will be ahead in the price trade, so maybe focusing on a Riolu is not too bad. Pheasantipity joins the party as well. Another Pokemon we can trap. Maybe I should trap this guy. It's gonna be way easier. Another Darkness Energy! Okay, Munkidori Wars have begun. Munkidori Wars have begun. Very annoying. Yeah. Snorunt, say goodbye. Say goodbye. But that means we're still behind in prizes. That's awesome. Too many Munkidoris here. I can simply like push all my focus on these guys. Don't technically need counter catcher at the moment. Slapping that monkey, getting energy to the monkey. Need to focus on these Munkidoris first, so the damage can stick around forever. Lucario with Munkidori. Okay, they're trapped. It's awesome. Let's continue on our spree. We do have counter gain. So, if we focus our energy on, that's going to be 50 turning into 60. Yeah, I can still do this for another turn. Iono time! Let's go. Okay, so it's gonna have to be Brain. With the attack and the Froslass is 90, still not where we need to be. Yeah, let's focus on these guys first. Corner, okay. I know they can transfer 60, but 60 is not gonna do anything. And then we can expose of these Munkidoris instantly, simultaneously, while trapping another Pokemon. That is the game plan. If they transfer over 60, we will have 90 damage that we can continue to process. Combine that with Froslass and Froslass. They're almost, we're almost there. We're almost there. Arven. What's gonna happen now? I think at this point, we will... I still have Ultra Ball and a Stretcher. Ultra Ball can find another Munkidori. I don't know if I need more than that. Slapping a Budew with Item Lock, also not too shabby. Definitely because I will go for Iono once again. Ultra Ball and Counter Gain. That doesn't do anything. These are the slow-paced games with Froslass Budew. Iron Bundle goes away, Counter Gain goes away. Mega Lucario enters the scene. And now Adrenabrain 60 that we can utilize. These Munkidoris need to be removed from play so we can continue on our onslaught with monkeys. Yeah, the one from the bench gets healed up. And every single time damage goes on the Pheasantipity and on the Lunatone as well. Yeah, cool. Do we need another Munkidori? That would be insane, right? Can we have another Munkidori here? I doubt it. Or not. It is here. 4 Munkidoris in the house. Don't know if it's the perfect plan here. But to make sure we draw what we need, we're gonna Ultra Ball, get ourselves something we don't need. There's still energies in there. Yeah. I don't know if I can find them though. But I want to find Counter Catcher mostly. Counter Gain. Energies. Sure. Let's go. Adrenabrain. $30 here. Adrenabrain. $30 here. Could have maybe waited with that. Adrenabrain. Yeah, knocking them out at the same time is not bad. Yeah. First prize. More Adrenabrains coming to town. TM Devo. Maybe I should focus on the rest. On these guys. Sure. It's not too shabby. Also, TM Devo is in hand. And if they attack Maractus, it's fine. I sure hope that they're not gonna take a prize card currently, right? Yeah, whatever. We're equal in price trade, by the way. And we have an Army of Munkidori. The ultimate board state. 4 Munkidori. Exodia has been established. This guy only has 80. You can just Adrenabrain, TM Devo. This one always will get damage counters as well. If they attack Maractus, they currently now need a Boss's Orders because we're equal in price trade. We don't have any 2-prizers. This is still a great board position if I say so myself. They're flipping the script. We also have Bloodmoon, which can allow us to take a 3-prizer. Can still not activate it quite yet, but we've gotten rid of the monkeys, which is the most important factor. For Munkidori. And we have Counter Gain, so we will be behind, meaning we can reutilize Maractus if we want to, together with Counter Catcher, and then trapping Pheasantipity while we do all this Munkidori business. Lunar Cycle. 10 cards. What is the best win condition here? They need to like boss up Froslass or something to do anything. Okay, a Munkidori again. How many monkeys are they playing? It's already 2 of them. That's a high amount. Now we need to refocus on all of that. But it's another Pokemon with an ability. I have to like use my Munkidoris to take care of this Munkidori while this Lunatone will almost go down and then we counter catch your Pheasantipity. Intriguing. They can stretch her for Darkness Energy. Boss's Orders, the Froslass. Munkidori with damage? What? What? Why would they go with that one? Stretcher, a darkness energy, sure. Yeah, we're still not out of the woodworks quite yet. Definitely because they come back with another annoying Munkidori. Sure, on the active. They can put energies on Pokemon on the bench as well. With the Aura Jab. Yeah, Munkidori, say goodbye. We will still have so much damage around. Okay. Next turn we will have access to Bloodmoon if we want to. Can still use her already, but counter catcher. Sure. Counter catcher. This guy. Adrenabrain. 30. Adrenabrain. 20. Adrenabrain. 20. Gonna slap down Artisan. And I will go for a little research. Technical. The TMD was less relevant at this moment. Oh, this one will be trapped. Laser Determination. I guess we need all these resources. Gonna play it safe. Have another energy, but nothing I could use. Another Maractus? Sure. More Maractus parties. It's Gordon. If they now have a Turo, that's really bad. They're our second Munkidori. At least all of these guys have a lot of damage. This guy's still trapped again. They're ahead in the price trade, so they cannot boss and Turo at the same time. So Froslass will still stick around. And that means a lot of damage on my field. I have another Maractus where that one came from. And I have Arven for an unfair stamp, so let's see how that goes. Artisan for nothing. I'm just gonna play around Mega Lucario. I guess KOing Lunatone, Phasandipity is more than sufficient. A lot of cards in hand, 11. 11 cards in hand. They are ahead in the price trade for now. Triple Munkidori. Transferring damage. Lunatone is almost knocked out and Phasandipity is almost knocked out. Fighting Gong. Bloodmoon Ursaluna. Baby Bloodmoon Ursaluna. Intriguing. Okay. It's being prepared. That's not a second Munkidori. They're still trapped. I don't know if Turo will come into town. Calamitous Snow Mountain. A very intriguing Mega Lucario list. Adrenabrain probably on the active. Could put a Bravery Charm on something that almost will get knocked out. We have an Arven for an unfair stamp situation. And a Lily's Determination. Okay. I will most likely Iono here. It's my last Iono, by the way. Energy on Fez. Gets more damage. I can transfer 9. Yeah, they have the switch. They have the switch. Crazy. Yeah, now I 100% need to utilize counter gain once again. I have some more time, but still. They get 6 damage counters as well, by the way. Because of the spiking needles. Boom. I can TM Devo this guy. I probably should have air balloon and did I have another air balloon? I'm gonna check real quick here. If I can attack with Bloodmoon because of Nest Ball, that's 240. Double Munkidori. Yeah. But I do not have any Nest Ball remaining. Or any Ultra Ball for that matter. Probably should have promoted a Munkidori here. Yeah, I should have promoted a Munkidori. Can still do it later, but it makes things more difficult. And Fair Stamp here. Yeah, definitely going with the Adrena Brain. 3 go there. I can still TM Devo this guy. Also, this is a very great hand to be sitting on, right? And then Fair Stamp also is intriguing. Bravery Charm here. And I will go for an Iono. Yeah, I didn't have my Blood Moon ready quite yet. There's a TM Devo though. If I Maractus this guy, that's quite intriguing indeed. I don't want to take a KO here. Otherwise, Phasantipity arrives. Yeah. TM Devo can still work later, but yeah. Not the perfect situation. But there will be some prizes that we can get. And also, Phasantipity on the bench is looking very grim. We didn't take any KO during our turns. It was in between turns. Oh, Air Balloon and Stretcher, that's pretty good. So Fez cannot get activated. They don't have Lunatone. There's Nazbel though. They can get Lunatone now on board again. Yeah, Lunatone is back on board. Maybe I should have set up a Snorant. There's Energy Retrieval. If the Maractus gets damaged, they take a lot of damage as well. We technically will have 30, 20, 20. 30, 20, 20. It's still not enough. We could still win with Bloodmoon, but to find it will be very hard. I've already burned my Nazball and Ultra Ball. I can Iron Bundle and try to fetch back Maractus. Yeah, they can see. I don't know what the issue was. Maybe they could have not got like the Fez was almost knocked out as well. So a very, very crazy deck. Sometimes you go for Maractus plays, sometimes you go for Budew plays, but Froslass in general is a very, very strong card. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know how you feel about this 60. Will you change any card whatsoever? Let me know down below. Maybe adding in 1 copy of Boss will be great. Also, check out the sponsors. They help make the videos possible. Link down below. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I will see you guys soon with more Pokemon TCG content. Peace.